Evening everyone, welcome to Megan Sullivan Art again. This is becoming a bit of a habit. I am on tonight to talk about the Ultimate Op Shop Challenge, which has been set on the Junk Journals Down Under page. These are just my notes as to the do's and don'ts and some of my ideas as to what I might be putting together. Notice the recycling already on an old paper bag. Anyway, so I've just been having a bit of a look. I've decided to do a wildflower general theme, wildflower plants. And I went through some of the books that I had on hand just sitting in my kitchen or on my dinner table. And I've gone through and gotten some of the end papers out of them and some of the book pages already. So all of these coloured pages are end papers from books. And then there's book pages in their entirety. And all about plants and nature, and so the purple sheet in the middle is double-sided, and then I have, this was from a children's book on farm life, so it's meant to be like represent the fields and the farmhouse, and so I've decided to rip one of those out and just turn it into an envelope which will be sewn into the middle, and then I'll glue it down, or it might just be an ephemera folder, not 100% sure yet. Then I made tonight these little scrappy book page embellishments which I've just inked around, and the one in the middle to form like the, if it's going to focus, no, not going to focus, okay, that's to be like, you know, the stamen in the middle of the flower, I suppose. So that's all been glued together and glued down, and there's one on the inside of each purple page, or the middle. Same for this side, and I've used archival inks for inking, and just literally just the ink pad itself, no other tools involved. And then I have just used my trusty craft glue, my cheapo Kmart glue stick, and my trusty pair of cheapo scissors. So that's it so far. Then the next thing I've done was, I was thinking about using cereal box to make fabric covered pages. So this blue paper here measures 15 by 20 centimetres. So what I've done is gone and cut out my Nutrigrain boxes to measure the same size, and then I'll hinge them with either fabric or book page. And so I'm not 100% sure, this page might be collaged, but I'll cover this page with fabric, or something I will do with it. So at this stage I've got 4 of those cut out from my Kids Mighty Grain cereal boxes. Then I've also cut out some tags. So I've got 4 tags here, which I will then collage over using only book pages, of course. Then just from some of the end pages that were plain, I just cut out some tags. So there's 2 bigger ones and a smaller one. And then just ripped out a tag from a piece of book for a bit of a rustic one. Then I thought, hey, these are cool from the ends of the Nutrigrain boxes. I thought they would make perfect page tabs. So wacky-do, there's some tabs ready to go. Well, once I collage them and work out what I'm doing with them. So there's, at this stage, I've got 4 there, which will be plenty because a journal isn't going to be that big. Then I've gone ahead with some of the books that I had about plants and gone and cut out some pieces. And this has been glued down to old end paper. So that will be a top corner pocket. Just some other images that I've ripped around and glued onto book page. So these will be all sewn around. Here's another one that's been glued onto a text page, text background, but it's all about animals or something anyway. So that's plain on the back. Then these little images I found in one of the books as well. So they're onto end paper. Secret Garden, this is on a book page about animals, I think. Another little one. This I've made into a little pocket, so it can be a floating pocket. And I've just left that in there to remind me to use it as a tuck. This was a piece of book page which I have collaged over, inked it, and then I'm actually going to use it as a pocket. So that will be glued down to the page as a tuck spot there. These 2 were the off spray of the ink and I really liked it, so then I've backed that with some book page and that will be sewn around. This one, I like the information on the front about annual, biennials and perennials. So I've just put some book page over the back and that will be sewn. This was just an image I liked, so of a yucca, so I've put that on text page. Another one, Silver Swords from Hawaii. So that's quite a tall, that'll be probably, oh, there we are, taller than the journal itself. And one that's even bigger again, Bearded Orchids, orchids with beards. It's a beautiful image, but it's going to be huge, so that might need to be folded over or just left hanging out quite rustically. So yes, so my job tomorrow is to raid my remaining I've got lots of wildflower books, wait till you see what I've got, and work out what I'm going to collage with and how I'm going to cover these Nutrigrain pages. And I do actually have another 3 Mighty Grain boxes. I've got a chocolate chip box, and I've also got some small medicine packaging as well that I can use. So, oh, and fabric. So this is what I'm thinking will be the cover. So this was a dress, and if you're a size 10, I do apologise because you might cry when you find out that I'm going to cut it up. So, look at that fabric. Isn't that just perfect for a wildflower themed journal? So there's lots of it, so that will probably be mostly the cover, I would say, the final outer cover. Yeah, so then we'll see. I've got stacks of other floral fabrics and plain calico and God knows what else out in my shed. So sorry about the wobbly video, and stay tuned. Cheers.